Hello, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to take a look at a different aspect of the collection that I haven't looked at in a while. It's the action figure collecting. It's things that I still have tons of action figures in the collection, even though the focus is mainly on the comic art aspect of that collection. There are still things that come out that catch my eye that I really need to buy. So we're going to take a look at. I have a box from. It's down here on the floor here. It's a box from Big Bad Toy Store. And they have a pile of loot feature. So as you pre-order things, as they arrive, they kind of place them on hold for you, and then you decide when you want to ship them. It's $4 to ship the whole box, and you just save on shipping that way instead of having everything ship automatically every time. So it's kind of like every few months I get a box of toys, and today is that day. So we're gonna take a look at what I pre-ordered and why, and you'll kind of notice there's a lot of things that that are in this box that pertain to some of the comics I'm reading, the art I enjoy. So there's things that clearly fit into the collection, and that's I think what you'll see as we take a look at each of the action figures. So we're just gonna jump in and grab something, and let's see. All right, so first off, there is this is the G.I. Joe Retro Collection is the Flint action figure. So I really love these retro line figures. When the Classified series started, they were doing kind of a mix of modern and retro, and I didn't really like the designs. I like now that they're going straight up, making these look like 6-inch versions of the figures that we grew up with. Next up here is, actually we'll grab this one, and we'll grab this, and we'll talk about it at the same time. We're going to take a look at the Transformers Studio Series. They're doing a line of the Constructicons, and this box is Hook and Long Haul, and then I also have Scavenger here. Now, I have a few already, and I'm almost done completing the Devastator, and once I get that done, that'll look really impressive. I have a big, tall Devastator figure. I used to have one. The Combiner Wars was another series of Transformers figures, but I sold that one off a while ago. Actually, I think it might have been in the background of some of my earlier videos. But yeah, I sold that one off because I knew the Studio series was coming, and they were going to do their version of the Constructicons, and that's a good example of what I do. I mean, when I pay attention to what's coming down the line and take a look at what I have in the collection. It's like, hey, I sold that one off, and then now I'm getting these. So kind of upgrading the figures in the collection. Another Transformer figure that's in here. This is one that I missed out on because when the Studio series started, I wasn't really paying attention to Transformers toys to buy them. And then the Skybound series came around, and I was right back into buying Transformers, but targeted kind of the certain characters that I wanted, characters that show up in the series. But this one is one that as soon as I started paying attention to them again, this was available for pre-order, but I missed out on that window, and then instantly it skyrocketed in value. Played the waiting games. I refused to pay the aftermarket prices, and they did another run of them, which is the Ultra Magnus figure. So super pumped to get this one. I have the Masterpiece figure in the collection, and now that they redid the Studio series, I really love what I've seen of that figure. It'll probably be somewhere on the desk. It'll probably where it'll live because I just want to look at it a lot. Now we have 2 more Transformers figures, and both are characters that are in the Skybound series. This is from the Earthrise War of the Cybertron trilogy, so it's kind of based on the game, but it makes a good G1 looking Trailbreaker. So I really like Trailbreaker. He was like the slowpoke. Was like a camper van kind of thing, and he just was slow. He burned a lot of fuel. Was always like the equivalent of old reliable, old faithful kind of character, and I always liked seeing him around. So I was pumped to see him introduced in the Skybound series, and needed to get another Trailbreaker in the collection. And now this one, similar to the Constructicons, they are doing a series of the Combaticons, and the first in that line is Vortex. So, looking forward to getting Bruticus built. So I'll have Bruticus and Devastator, and I don't know that there is a Superion. They've released of those. I don't know. I don't know if I need a Superion. I like them, but I think I really want especially from the Skybound series, the way that Devastator and Bruticus are like having their own like sibling rivalry. I want to have both of those standing next to each other in the collection. So, all right, moving on from Transformers, let's do these before I jump into some of the other comic-related figures that I have. This is NECA is a company that I love buying figures from. They're doing a line of the Universal Monsters. Now they moved into the Hammer horror figures. They make great figures that are movie accurate. Like I have this on here. Is a Peter Cushing Van Helsing from Dracula, and yeah, that's pretty awesome. The likenesses are great to the movies, and these are characters that we've not had in this type of format before, and it's from Jaws. So you've got Hooper and Quint. So yeah, love the likenesses there, and actually recently picked up, it's over there, the Jaws Lego set that I need to put together, which I haven't bought a new Lego set in a long time for myself. Thankfully, the kids are now into them too, so that's great. So I can still buy some Lego sets, but yeah, for me, the Jaws set, which I'm looking forward to putting that together. And I don't know where necessarily in the collection that will live, but these figures will go next to that set once it's built. All right, moving on. Now there's the rest of what's in this box are all DC Multiverse figures and from McFarlane. Those figures have gotten better. Now I know he's losing the license at the end of this year, but they've been cranking out a lot of figures in that time. So this past year has seen a lot of releases that are right up my alley, right in the nostalgic 90s sweet spot. So that's a lot of what we have here. First up, here is an Azrael Batman figure that's kind of an homage to, there was a Kenner figure that had that look, the black mask with the red. In the comic, he moved from the blue, like the blue and gold Azrael bat suit, and then he did have a red bat suit, but then his helmet was also red. But here you get the black look, and that was more of an homage to that action figure. And yeah, I'm a sucker for Azrael. This is the Superman from the Silver Age Superman. Now this is just a classic looking Superman. McFarlane has yet to do one that looks this good as far as the face sculpt on Superman. So I just really wanted a classic looking Superman. I'll put it in with the Doomsday section of the display as a classic looking soup. So there's an old DC Direct one that's right there, but I'll get this in there. Get this in there as well. So yeah, cool. Now, along the Superman lines, the rest of the figures are all kind of Superman related, and they're gonna live in this area of the collection down in here. It's the Death and Return of Superman. We'll start off with Eradicator. So yeah, they finally did a more classic looking Eradicator. They had done one before, and it was not what I wanted. But yeah, this is more of the classic looking Eradicator, so that's cool. And this is the first time I remember seeing. I really don't. Hey, I don't think there's been a figure of this look of this character before. But it's Hal Jordan when he in the the Return of Superman storyline, when he shows up and takes his anger out on Mongol because he arrives in the destroyed Coast City, so he is quite pissed off about that. So yeah, finally you get a cool figure with that look. They've done well with making Return of Superman figures, and Green Lantern was one we needed. Another one we needed, and the last thing I have in this box today is a Superboy figure, which is from the Page Punchers line, and that is this kind of classic looking Superboy. Now it doesn't have the jacket or the glasses, but that's okay because there's the Mafex figure that I have, and the DC Classics figure that I have, and the DC Direct figure I have, all have the glasses and the jacket. So I'm okay with having a figure that doesn't have the jacket, because there are a lot of times in the comics where he was not wearing it. The one thing that's kind of silly though is he has the one hand there, you can see, is like the pointing, which is like in the cover where he's pointing to the S on his jacket, and his jacket's not here. I don't know, whatever. Um, I don't care. It's fine. I'm looking forward to it. This is a good looking figure, and just one more to add to the ever growing display of Death and Return of Superman figures. So actually, there's more even down here. I have there's 2, 4, there's six cubes worth of Death and Return of Superman stuff, and I don't know. I might need to expand soon, so we'll see. But anyway, that's a look at all the things I picked up from Big Bad Toy Store. I really have. I know it's hard to believe after looking at all of that stuff that I really have been cutting back on the figures that I buy and ramping up selling of some of the figures that I have. But I really, it's all about curating a collection, and I continue to do that. It's an ongoing process, but I also like that it's the collection evolves along with what my interests are. Now, the Death and Return of Superman stuff always been an interest. Have always liked that stuff, but picking up more of the Transformers again, and it's the idea that it's these renditions of the characters that I want. I want those figures that look like they are toys from the movie, from the G1 cartoon, and that's what we're getting. And yeah, so it's a good time to be an 80s/90s kid. So yeah, what can I say? Anyway, thanks again for watching, and I will see you soon.